The Constitution of South Africa, the bullet points that run our society today. The Constitution is the most important document in this country because it protects us as human beings. It was initially put together by Mandela, Sisulu Kathrada, and many more at the end of the apartheid era, and is the document that protects South Africa's DNA. It is the most godly document in the country and overrides any law or action. Welcome to MKIE. Today we'll be covering the Constitution of South Africa, what it entails, and how it can affect the business world. So, the Constitution is broken up into many sections, and the various sections make up the fundamentals as to what the government is. Due to this document literally being the building block of the country, the sections are vast and include aspects such as government cooperation, parliament, and any others that run the country. But the most important one that affects us as businessmen is the Bill of Rights. I mean, all of these rights are pretty self-explanatory, so I'm not going to insult your intelligence and I'll put them in the description. But the most important thing to note as a business is just abide by these rules. So here is an example. Bradley Ship getting half colors is against humanity because I have the right to peace and leisure, and braiding on that man's blazer just makes me stress as to what is happening in that community. Easy, right? Anything logically wrong is wrong. A more realistic one would be that Nike using child labor is wrong because children have the right to protection from exploitation. This is a similar setup as you would expect in an exam. Now, all of the rights are like this, but there is a complicated one, and that is that everyone has the right to not unfairly be discriminated against. This right is very important because it prevents racism, gender bias, and a bunch of other things. But because this country went through apartheid, we have a thing called BEE, which causes white people to be unfairly discriminated against. Now, how can this be? I mean, it goes against the human right. This is because there are things called limitation clauses. Limitation clauses do pretty much exactly what their name says. So it stops rights from extending into other laws. So in this case, BEE is a limitation to this human right. And if you don't know what BEE is, you will see Timo covering it later in another video. Now, to conclude, in this video, you learned that the Constitution is the most important document in our country. The Constitution upholds our DNA as a people and protects us from a violation of human rights. The Constitution has to be followed by everyone, including business, but there are limits to the rights in the document through limitation clauses. I hope you enjoyed this segment. Next up in this course is a piece of legislation that closely links with this Constitution, the Labour Relations Act. This has been Correspondence with you. Thank you for watching MKIE.